You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Welcome to the Doug Bellcast. And now, here is your host, the star of Ring My Bell, Doug Bell.
You can ring Doug's bell, ring Doug's bell, Doug's bell. I'm in such a crazy mood. Feeling pretty good. Got a good night's rest. Got a few nights. Why do they call it Z's? I don't know. I'm not counting my sleep and going Z. I used to do that on stage. I would open up and I would go, how come they call it Z's? I'm not like I'm on stage going Zzz like that. And I would do it for like 2 minutes. Zzz. I just wouldn't stop. Everybody's applauding and laughing. I remember I was on stage one time. And I was just up there, messing around, and it was going great. I like just to kind of get it nice and kind of mellow, just to try out some new material. And who was in the audience? Angelina Jolie was in the audience. This is true. I think this might have been back when she was with Bradley Pitt. I seen her in the audience, and she was in the back. And the club owner said, no one's really talking to her. Just kind of let her enjoy the night. But, tell Bell to go left and I go right. You tell Bell, hey, you got to be quiet as a church mouse. I come in going, you can't give me a set of rules and regulations. So I go, I walk on stage and I'm up there and I'm doing like, hey, and this is probably like around 2008. So I'm like, I'm up there and I'm a little bit, I am unsober. And I open up and I shouldn't open up like that. And I go, I walk up and I go, I hope the fucking network burns to the ground. I start complaining about my show not being on. And someone told me that people didn't know who you were, but that's a bunch of bullshit. Of course they did. I was just going on this whole rant about moving me and they never should have moved me and blah, blah, blah. And how and I start naming the executive. His name was Teddy Ryerson. Teddy Ryerson. He's no longer with the network. He passed away. He had cancer. But I knew he had cancer at that time. And I was like, and I hope Teddy Ryerson's heart stops. I was like so mad because he had moved my show. Anyway, Angelina Jolie's in the back. But I go, look, enough of this bullsugar. I go, look at me. I feel like Brad Pitt up here. I do like that. And I pointed back and I go, come on, Angie. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm razzing you. I go, that's what comedy is. I'm just giving you a razzing back there. And she doesn't say nothing. And I know she's got like a bunch of kids. So I start going, I point at her and I go, like, I don't know if you got any kids with you tonight, but if you do, don't breastfeed them. Not in front of everybody, because that's gross. And I start doing this whole thing about how it's wrong for women to breastfeed in public. And some woman from the other side of the room goes, you're an asshole. And Angelina Jolie goes, breastfeeding is beautiful. And then I go, it's disgusting. And it should be against the law to do in public. I do that. I say that to him. I go, back me up, guys. I go, whoever doesn't like it can leave. I say that. I go, it's gross. That's between a mother and a baby and the Lord. I say that. And by the way, the good news is he has risen. I say that to the audience so they know that I got some good thoughts. But I just started rambling about breastfeeding. I go, one time I seen a lady breastfeeding. I feel I get a laugh out of this. I go, one time I seen this lady breastfeeding and I walk over there and I go, hey, can I have the other titty? I said that to her, but the crowd was so PO'd by that point. And then I see Angelina Jolie gets up and she starts walking out and I forgot that I already said Brad Pitt. I go, oh no, Brad Pitt must be coming. I said that, but she walked out. And she wasn't alone. She had I think it was Katie Beckinsale was with her. I didn't even know she was with her. And Kate Beckinsale was really mad. She was holding the drink. And I go, well, you're not having a good time. I was so PO'd, and she took the drink and she threw it up at me and she got liquid all over my white shirt. She goes, nice breastfeeding jokes, asshole. And she throws the drink on me. And it was like a Reg's drink all over my white shirt. And I go, you're paying for that. I told the manager, get their numbers. They're paying for the dry cleaning bill. And I'm like, we're all glad you're leaving. And people started yelling, no, we're not. Stay. And then they started yelling for me to get off. I was steamed like a vegetable. I'm like, I'm a professional comedian. This is what I do. This is my house. I started doing that and poking my chest. My house. And they told me I walked like 35 people. And then the club said, you can't come back because it was a guest spot. I was doing a guest spot. I think like Sarah Silverman was headlining or something. But I just went in and did a guest spot. And they told me I spoiled the evening. But I didn't. I felt like everything's so political. You know how that is. I just was like, all right, whatever. But I remember one time I was in a club too. It's funny how many like celebs come in, and Derek Jeter was there. And he was like in the back. And this is again, the big celebs want to hang out in the back. And the manager goes, you can't talk to him because no one is. So I found out he was there. I went down the street. I bought a baseball. And I go, all right, well, for after. And the manager goes, do not. He goes, don't do it. And I said, all right. So I put the baseball in my pocket, I walk on stage. You tell Bell to go left. I go right, So I'm on stage. And I go, hey, guys, I hope I'm a hit. I go like that. I go, hope this is a home run tonight. And he's in the back there. And this is like, again, 2004. And I got the baseball in my pocket and I pull out and I start doing this with catching it. And I go, I would autograph this, but then he's in the back. And I go, hey, how about a signature? And I toss it all the way across the club while he's in the back. And it hits the table in front of him. And we got to take this out because I got sued for this. It hit the table in front of him. And the guy was eating French onion soup. And it hit the soup and it spilled the soup all over his leg. And he got 2nd-degree burns on his leg. And I guess I didn't know. I was just like, can I have the ball back? And I see that Derek is there with Mattingly. And now everybody's looking at him and he's kind of like hanging down like that. Oh no, too shy for Bell. He's there with Mattingly and I messed up. I go, oh, ladies and gentlemen, nice hand for Joey Baseball. I call him Joey Baseball instead of Nani Baseball. I didn't know. And he was kind of like, looked like he was a little upset too. And I just said, all kidding aside, Derek, I go, you were such a good first baseman. And, like I mixed him up with Mattingly. I go, you were such a good first baseman. I go, all kidding aside, the inquiring minds want to know. I go, do you ever strike out with people on base? You ever strike out? I go like that. Inquiring minds want to know. Do you ever strike out? No bull sugar. I go like that to him. You ever strike out? And him and Donnie just went out the side door. But celebs are so sensitive. I was like, I was up there. 'Cause I used to play Little League as a kid. I played Little League. And I remember one time a ground ball got hit to me and it hit a rock and it bounced up into my testicles. And I was bleeding. It hit like the testicle and it split open one of my testicles. And I had to go to the hospital. It soaked like blood all through my uniform. I was like, it was really bad news. And I felt like he could have been a little nicer. So after the show, I found him. He was at like this bar next door. And he sees me coming. He goes, and I go, I got the ball back, by the way. Thank you. Thank you very much. It had like a little bit of French onion soup gook on it. But I walk right up to him. And I go, come on, man, how about that autograph? And I say it loud and people start looking. But I go, come on, man, let's just do some Yankee trivia. Can we do some Yankee trivia? And he didn't want to do any Yankee trivia. I go, but all kidding aside, like, did you know when you were a kid you wanted to play baseball? I thought it was a good question. And again, I still forgot Mattingly's name. So I go, Joey Baseball, did you get that nickname because you're a good player? Or because you like to play? You know, I said that to him. And I go, I know, stupid question, Bell. I said that to him. I go, why? No, they call you that because you play I think I said you like to tinkle-ink on the piano. I go like that. I says to him, I go, no, they call you Joey Baseball because you like to tinkle-ink on the piano. You know, and I pulled out the bell and I go, hey, play me a song. You know, so I forget what I said, but it was something like that. But it was cool. And then I start I asked them how funny they thought it was. I'm like, Kurt Schilling lost a lot of his money on video game stuff. I go, did you guys ever make an investment like that? You ever invest in video games or anything like that? How much did he lose? And Derek's like, man, I don't know, man. I don't talk about other people's money. And I go, all right, well, if you were him, how much would you have lost? I figured I could kind of do it like that. But he wouldn't answer. Which I was like, all right, Mr. Snooty, fine. Because I told him about the one time I met Darryl Strawberry. Darryl Strawberry couldn't have been nicer. I seen him. He was outside like a Modell's. And I go, I'm surprised you're not outside of I go, Strawberry, how come you're not outside of a fruit stand? And he kind of laughed. And I go, man, dude, you ever coming back to play with the Mets? And he goes, no. And I go, man, you hit a home run. I go, when you would hit a home run, I didn't know he was religious. And then I made a mistake. I go, when you hit a home run, that motherfucker stayed hit. And he goes, hey, come on, man, come on. I go, no, that motherfucker stayed hit. And he goes, well, I don't like that kind of language because I'm kind of religious. And I'm like, oh, goddamn. I said that to him. And I think I offended him a little bit. But it was funny. And I told this to Derek. I go, you Strawberry is a good egg, though. He's good peeps. He's good peeps, Strawberry. I tell you, that guy hit a dinger. It stayed hit. I remember one time I was watching a ball game with someone. He hit it. My friend goes, damn, look at that bell. And I go, that thing stayed hit. And he goes, yeah. I go, I told you. So anyway, I was right. I knew I was right. But it was fun meeting DJ and Donnie Baseball. No, sorry, Joey Baseball. There's a Joey Baseball out there. Sorry, I mixed you up with Mattingly. But that was a cool story. And I used to love baseball when I was a kid. How's Phil Rizzuto doing? I haven't seen him in a long time. Scooter. I'm the Scooter. I used to do the impression in school. My teacher would be like, why are you late? I'd be like, because I was talking to Scooter. You know, she's like, what? So I guess he was like a Brewers fan or something. I don't know. But anyway. Fly wild. And stay gold.
You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell.